powered by Riverside FM.
All right. We are back. Here we are back with another one.
Another one.
Yes, sir. No games, just business podcast. We are here. Episode 7. We got another exciting day of football, man. Some crazy games, some crazy ones that came down to the wire, right?
Sure did.
Man, we love it.
Oh yeah. So we live for this. What we live for, man. I can't wait to run it down today, man. How you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm Darius. I'm here with my cousin Jimmy. What's up, Jimmy? How you feeling? How you living?
I'm feeling good, man. I can't complain. Week 3 of the football season getting on this underway. I'm excited, man. I had a little flag football game myself, so it's been.
Oh, word! You was out there clamping up, cooking up.
We got the dough, whatever.
Nice.
Coming into my own, but you know what I'm saying. I'm excited though. What about you?
I'm feeling good, man. My fantasy football teams is looking good.
Okay.
We blessed to be here. My Falcons, you see, we representing today, right? With the hat, salute to them. They finally got their first win of the season. Tough one, but we pulled it out, man. That's all that matters.
Definitely.
But yeah. So I'm excited for this, man. We got some good topics today, man.
Yes. I'm very interested in how this first topic will go. It's just simple, we're gonna talk about our 2 takeaways from week 3. But week 3 is revealed a lot in my eyes, and we'll chop it up about that. Why does the quarterback position have a short lifespan? Like, what's going on with that? We'll chop it up about that. We may even have different opinions about that, because quarterback and lifespan, we're gonna see. Topic 2 will go into the 2 quarterbacks that are on a hot seat. It's real early, but it can get real hot real early. We're gonna see who's on that hot seat. We'll also talk about the quarterbacks that could potentially become the first rookie to get in the game and make an impact on the game. We'll talk about that. When will that actually happen? Is it realistic? Is this the year? I know the draft wasn't that great as far as quarterbacks, but we'll chop it up about that. And in the middle, we'll talk about basketball. We got to chop it up about the hoops a little bit.
Hey, the season's around the corner, man.
Oh yeah, right around the corner. You feel that breeze. Basketball is coming.
Yes,
KD and LeBron, they were both ranked outside the top 5 according to ESPN for the preseason player poll. LeBron at 6 and KD at 8. We're gonna chop it up about that and see if they're really deserving of those rankings. It's gonna be really, really juicy this year in the NBA, and that's a juicy topic to get into beforehand. Topic 4 will go into the AFC West. We're going to be speaking about this division, it seems, all year. Got a lot of contenders in that division, a lot of teams with high expectations. We'll talk about, is it up for grabs? It's early on, but is it early on? I think right now with the Chargers and such, we'll be seeing with the injuries going on, it may determine a lot early on. So we'll chop it up about that, and we'll close it out with our expectations and our bold predictions for week 4. Sometimes the bold predictions hit, the Dolphins, you know what I'm saying? They did.
Yeah, we got that one, right?
We definitely did.
At least hit one.
We'll run it down, though. We got 5 juicy ones. Let's get into it.
Let's do it, man. So the first one we got here is the first 2 takeaways of the week. You want to start it? You want me to start it? What you think?
I gotta start it, man. With these Saints, man, you said the Super Bowl pick, man. I'm coming
that
out.
That was definitely my Super Bowl pick, man. That was.
I can't see this man Jameis as a Super Bowl opposing quarterback, starting quarterback, winning quarterback. I can't see it happening, Jameis. You're throwing 2 interceptions almost per game. Still, I thought it was no risk and no biscuit. I thought it was the eye. I thought you had the surgery.
I thought we had the 30-30 vision now, right? Or the 2020. What's the 2020 vision? Yeah.
It ain't working. Whatever it is, it ain't working. 3 interceptions this week against the Carolina Panthers. 2 interceptions last week against the Bucks. You're talking about teams in your division, and the one win you got was against your guy, your team, the Atlanta Falcons. I'm not trying to poo-poo them, but you barely beat the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
So the Super Bowl pick, we're gonna have to pump the brakes completely because Jameis Winston isn't getting it done. The quarterback position, we agree, is the most important position, and for your guy to be the reason you're losing, that's not a recipe for contention. But that's my first takeaway, man. I mean, even with the situation with Sean Payton, that was something that we could foresee some success just because Sean Payton. They don't have that to lean on anymore. Alvin Kamara is still trying to get going. Michael Thomas doesn't look completely the same, but he's getting it going. But the weapons are all over the place, and I believe that makes
Chris
Jameis
Olave is playing very good football right now.
for sure.
That's his guy right now.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's too many weapons or what. He's always had a lot of weapons wherever he's been. I would like to see him maybe not have as much, maybe not think to do too much, and not try to win the game, but maybe not be the reason we lose. So that's my first takeaway, man. That's Super Bowl pick.
Nah, you hit it right on the head with that one, man. They're not playing good football right now. It looks sloppy. They got to get it together. That is a game you're supposed to win against the Carolina Panthers if you are a potential playoff team. Jameis, you got to stop turning the football over. This has been a consistent thing with you since you've been in college. Come on, man. You got the talent around you. We don't even have to go through the talent that you have. Obviously, they're trying to get Alvin Kamara going. He was battling I think he has something with his ribs.
Right.
Something with his ribs. So they're trying to get Alvin Kamara going. But yeah, this team has to step it up if they want to turn their season around. It's too early, so you got it. So my first takeaway is going to be the Dolphins out in Miami. Okay, man, I said it, man. They were a sleeper, but they no longer sleeping. They no longer got you sleeping. You watching them now. That's prime time right there. Man, they took down the top dogs, the Buffalo Bills, the team that week 1 and 2, everyone was like, did you see those Bills? Did you see them? Their defense was looking like the Ravens back in the day. Right? The Bears back in the day. That's how they were the first 2 weeks of the season. It was like, whoa, where did this tenacity come from? Where did this fire come from? And Tua is shutting up the critics right now. He's saying, what? I'm on the hot seat? I got the weapons now. You see who I got? Do you see who I got? Hey, coach said I'm the guy this year. Right? Mm-hmm. I don't care we brought in Teddy. I'm the guy. And he's playing very well. Right? His touchdown interception ratio is 8-2 right now, which is fantastic. That's a great win. That's a great win for them. They're 3-0. But the Bills definitely shot themselves in the foot.
Yes.
Two biggest takeaways from that game is one, that missed field goal by Bass. Mm-hmm. That right there would have put you in the lead, would have then put the Dolphins on the defensive end. So now they have to score the points against a tough defense as far as Buffalo Bills. And then that fourth quarter where McKenzie caught the pass, you got to get out of bounds, man. You got to get out of bounds. He was going out of bounds, but then he stopped, shimmied, and he tried to get up. It looked like he tried to get upfield, but I'm like, go to the sideline.
Pissed. That coordinator was pissed off.
Exactly. That's why he was pissed. You're right on the money. But you gotta get out of bounds. You would have had 9 to 10 seconds. God only knows. Hey, he could have kicked the field goal. I don't really know where they were on the field, but you at least would have had one more play, right, to win the game. But Mike McDaniels is doing a great job so far with this Dolphins team. You're getting the playmakers the ball. You're getting Waddle the football. You're using Tyreek Hill well, and Tua is playing well. So this Dolphins team, stop sleeping on them. We all need to stop sleeping on them. They're here to play. Their defense is top notch.
gonna have to push back, man. Because he's doing his thing, man. Daniels, I love how he'll go forward on fourth down. I believe they're actually 3-3 when they go forward on fourth down. But the Bills didn't have their top dog back there, Jordan
With the
Poyer.
safeties?
Yes,
Hey, you play against who you play against whoever's on the other side of you, right? I don't care if it's your top guy. I don't care if it's your fifth string guy. I don't care if it's your practice guy. If you line up against me, you in the game, right? You in the game.
For sure. But
Play football.
We can't ignore the top dogs making a big difference. If Tom Brady had Mike Evans today, or Chris Godwin, you think they fumbled 2-3 times as receivers? The receiving
But
corps?
they did
That
it.
affects the game, right? And that
But
affects
they
the
did
game.
it.
So and in the playoffs, they will have Michael Hyde and Jordan Poyer. The second time around, I'm sure they'll have Michael Hyde and Jordan
I think
Poyer.
Micah Hyde is done for one of them are done for the. I think Micah Hyde is done for the year.
Okay,
if I'm not mistaken.
And Tre'Davious White as well.
Oh, they're definitely after Davies.
Right. So I'm saying what's to come. It's great. Get your confidence up now, because what's to come is going to be a harder feat. So with them Dolphins, it's cool. But the last thing I'll say, I'm a Tua guy. I believe it's Tua's year to prove it, but I think he will prove it. And I'm glad they got him over Justin Herbert. But Tua, durability, he just got hurt. It wasn't a concussion. We were thinking it was a concussion, but no, it's his ribs, supposedly. He stays hurt. Is he durable enough? Will he be around when it's time to play the Bills again? We have to see. It's hot in Miami. They have the advantage. Or when it gets cold, Miami no longer has the advantage. So we'll see what happens going forward. But I like Miami. They doing their thing early on, doing what they're supposed to do. I like
Oh
it.
yeah, for sure. I know you're nervous over there. Them Patriots. I don't know, man.
Never that. We do this.
Man.
Dolphins. It's been 70 plus.
I don't know, man. Oh no,
Man. All right. So for me, another takeaway I got is them Eagles, man. I know they look like contenders. They look like contenders. Okay, I get that, but I need to see more. But the problem with the Eagles is that we won't get the chance to see more. Their schedule is very, very favorable going forward. Not just because the NFC least, but because they just the luck of the draw. You're talking about the Colts as maybe one of the tougher opponents in their schedule. You're talking about even in the games that they've won against the Vikings. The Vikings, we would say, what are they, a contender potentially? You got them winning that division, I believe.
I got Green Bay winning that division,
Okay.
but I said the Vikings. I mean, at the time, they were. I said that they could give Green Bay a run for their money. I mean, it's still anyone's game. I mean, Green Bay didn't play that well today.
Oh, for sure.
But and Brady didn't have all his weapons, so yeah.
True. Now the ones that you got in the shootout with Detroit, you won it. Cool.
Yo, Detroit is tough.
Detroit's tough, but you got in a shootout with Detroit.
Philly got in the shootout with Detroit. Detroit is tough. Like they're playing good football. They just have to win games. They can't close it out.
Detroit. Talking about winning games in Detroit.
Exactly.
They've been known for decades to not win. If we're talking about the Eagles being a contender, there are games that are just like I need to see it in a more convincing fashion if we're gonna praise them in this fashion so soon. You got today they beat the Commanders, they beat the Jags, and they beat Detroit. The Jags, yes, they beat the Chargers, a beat up Chargers team. In the three games they've done what they're supposed to do. They've gotten dubs, but how you do it matters. And for me, when you're going against Carson Wentz, who had 11.6 QBR, to me, I'm crediting the defense. But when I also see the defense have to go in a shootout with Detroit,
I think they had 7 sacks today.
They had 9 sacks.
Oh my goodness!
Yo, Carson Wentz was seeing ghosts. He was like, I mean, I've been to Philly before. I know where this local corner store is. I know where but no, this time it was a different story.
They said, Carson, you're not from here. Don't come here.
Carson is done for when it comes to playing Philly.
Oh yeah,
they will always have the advantage. It's just a ghost up here playing with them. But I need to see more, and we won't be able to from the Eagles. They will be contenders based off record. But when it comes to playoffs, I want to be able to see if all that confidence that they build during the regular season, because they will build it, they will win. I want to see if that confidence carries them over to be able to beat big dogs. the Aaron Rodgers, the Aaron Donalds, the Tom Brady's, the guys who've proven it. I'm gonna see what happens.
Yeah, I think a couple of teams could definitely give them a run for their money. Like you said, the Bucks definitely beating Tom Brady is going to be tough. What other teams we got in the NFC that is tough? I mean,
Rams,
yeah,
49ers.
going to play Rodgers. I don't know. The Rams just they win in ugly fashion. It's like for that offense, it's Cooper Kupp or nothing.
True.
Their offense looks sloppy. They can't run the ball consistently. Cooper Kupp is literally the only life on that offense so far. So hopefully they could pick it up. You could tell Matthew Stafford's elbow is bothering him by the way he's playing.
Velocity, yeah.
But you're right. You're right. Philly has to play some real competition as far as a playoff caliber team, and we'll definitely say we could definitely say that they're potentially a Super Bowl bound team. But hey, you playing well so far against the teams you did play, so that's good. That's good.
Supposed to do. Right.
Yeah, exactly. You win the games you're supposed to win. Perfect. And I'm glad you brought up the Jags because that is the next one for me. Dougie P in the place to be. About to have this team looking like a playoff team. Woo! Let me hit him with some bars real quick, man. Let me hit him with some bars real quick. My breakout player of the year, one of my breakout players of the year was Trevor Lawrence, right?
Yes.
He's playing well. 6-1 touchdown ratio. Remember when I gave an example of him and Peyton Manning? That's what I'm saying. This is why you draft Trevor Lawrence. He's supposed to be the face of the franchise. He's supposed to win.
But
he's supposed to
expect more than 3 wins.
It's okay. They're 2-1. They're 2-1.
Oh,
it's okay. Sure. It's okay. This is a good stepping stone, right?
Yes.
Christian Kirk is showing that that he was worth the money. They're doing well. They're doing well with James Robinson and Travis Etienne. Dougie P I think Dougie P is a great coach, man. He's an ultimate players coach. But he wins football games. That's what he does. He comes in and he wins games, which is great. Trevor Lawrence currently right now is 7th in QBR. And again, this is why you draft him because he's supposed to be the future. I projected them to win 6 games, but I'm just looking at their next at least 6 games. And for me, they got to keep it going. Right now, you're playing good football. In the last 2 weeks, you only gave up 10 points. That's fantastic.
Yes.
Let's keep it going. You play Philly next, right? You then play Houston. You then play Indianapolis. You then play the Giants, Broncos, and Raiders. You can easily go from 2-1 to like 4-5. Very quick. Sure. So you got to keep up the momentum. I don't think they're going to win next week against Philly, but you might be able to steal one against. You should be able to beat Houston, but Houston's playing pretty good so far. But you might be able to steal one against the Colts. Maybe the Colts turn it around. Hopefully, you can steal one maybe against the Giants, maybe the Raiders. Right? I don't see them beating the Broncos, but like I said, you got to win the gimme games when the game is close. If you could pull it out. This team could potentially win this division and see themselves in the playoffs and as an early round exit, But that's a turnaround for them. Definitely. That's where they want to be, and they got some young talent there to do so. So that's my second takeaway for today.
Okay, that division is pretty favorable. They can make something shake, especially with the slow starts of the Colts and the Titans, who play actually this week. So that'll be big as far as division implications. So now we about to get into on the quarterback's lifespan right now, if you don't mind. And what's your thoughts on that? Because to me, I don't know, man. You might be talking about them linemen now. I don't know. What's up?
Yeah, quarterback's lifespan is actually very short in the NFL. At least 3 years. At least
What?
3 years. What I mean by that is it's a win now league, right? It's a win now league. Um, every team is looking for the next Brady, Rodgers, Breeze, and they'll continue to draft quarterbacks year after year, looking for that golden ticket, that golden nugget to help their franchise take it to the next level, right? Just some examples of some quarterbacks that are no longer with their teams, right? Were no longer with their teams. Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Josh Rosen, who was a first round draft pick, RG3, who had a fantastic rookie year, and after that, what happened? We remember him from being a backup in Baltimore, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So these are just some guys that didn't pan out, very short lifespans as far as starters with their original team, and it's a win now league. So we're looking for the next Justin Herbert. We're looking for the next Patrick Mahomes. We're looking for the next Russell Wilson, who stepped up and been a big time player. How long do you think Kyler Murray is going to be able to sustain his ability in this league? He's a smaller guy who has talent. He has very good arm accuracy. He can move around in the pocket, but he's not. I don't think he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. He's not going to lead a team to a Super Bowl. This is what we're looking for, and a lot of these guys are just guys. You know, a lot of these guys are just guys.
You don't have to have that guy to win a Super Bowl.
But you don't. The guys who aren't those guys have shorter spans. They tend to be lifelong backups. Like Jimmy Garoppolo will be around this league for a very long time. I bet you Jimmy G will be around till he's about 40 years old, but he'll be a career backup who can come in and win you games. Brian Hoyer has been in this league. I'm not saying he's a first round draft pick, but I'm saying Brian Hoyer has been in this league for a very long time. I don't think Kyler is going to have a longer career than Jimmy G.
Quarterbacks have the longest lifespan.
Yes, as far as a position, yes. But I'm saying because it's a win. We were just talking about if Tua doesn't do it with this team this year, he's not going to get that opportunity again.
Ever anywhere?
He may, but he's going to be second fiddle to whoever the guy is, like a bridge quarterback.
Look at Tyrod Taylor. Look at Joe Flacco.
Look at
Jacoby Brissett.
But look at Jameis Winston. Look at Marcus Mariota. They were first round draft picks. Look at Cam Newton.
He's thrown 30 interceptions.
Yeah, and Cam Newton has had a great career, but he didn't win them the big game. He didn't win them the Super Bowl that he was expected to.
All right. If you put your body on the line, then yes, Cam Newton, Lamar, these guys who put their body on the line, I don't think that's a good example because that you're not a quarterback anymore. You're being used as something else. Quarterback's lifespan, not only because of how the game's revved, but how weapons are used, and the fact that Brady, Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Phillip Rivers, Eli, there's multiple ways to be effective at the quarterback position. So with that being said, your lifespan is, yes, it is a win now league. Yes. But as far as lifespan in the game, I believe you believe that certain players won't get an opportunity like Daniel Jones because they're not doing well. And you need someone with better ability in there. Not every team needs a quarterback with better ability. They need quarterbacks who fit their scheme, a quarterback who won't be the reason they lose, a quarterback who can maximize weapons, a quarterback that can maximize the defense. Like Matt Ryan looks attracted to the Colts for a reason, and his lifespan is not in question. For Big Ben, in any other era, your lifespan would be in question, but in this one, it's extended. Brady has changed the game in that fashion. We're in the midst of seeing the oldest guy play at the quarterback position ever right now. That couldn't happen in other eras. He's the GOAT partially because of when he was born. what he was able to do because the era allowed it. This era for quarterbacks, I think we might have to disagree on this one, man. That lifespan.
It's not. I'm not looking at it as a positional lifespan because obviously the quarterback is the most protected position on the football field. So they have longer careers and they make more money for a reason. I'm saying that because there's only one, you only could play one at a time.
True.
That the time spent on a quarterback is very short. So if you can't get it done early, it's more than likely that they'll let you go.
Now
Kyler showed flashes, right? Mm-hmm. Flashes of really good football. But then when you get further down the line during the season, you fall off. Deshaun Watson, he's a very good player. But in the playoffs, we're not seeing that taken to another level.
What?
We've seen it done from a Russell Wilson. We've seen it done. We've seen it done from Tom Brady multiple times. We've seen it done just as far as our arm talent, Aaron Rodgers, right?
You spoke on Russell Wilson, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, players who have had a great situation. Deshaun and Kyler have had some of the worst lines in the last 10 years. And they've made
Russell Wilson. I don't even remember the last time Russell Wilson even had a good offensive line.
No, I said good situations for those three guys. A defense,
very good situation.
The Cardinals, the defense is the Texans defense.
Patrick Mahomes,
coaching, yeah.
So if we're looking at quarterback tiers right now, how many quarterbacks are you looking? How many quarterbacks do you think could really can go out and win a Super Bowl? I can take that guy and he can lead my team to a Super Bowl.
Depends on the roster. We can't look at it like this when the situation of football matters more than this. Ain't a guard in basketball. This is one position.
So you don't think with that Patriots team that if you put Patrick Mahomes with that Patriots team, he can't win a Super Bowl?
Of course, the line's great. You ain't say the
Cardinals. So what about Aaron Rodgers? You put him in there, he can't win a Super Bowl?
Yes.
Justin Herbert can't win a Super Bowl?
I don't know.
Is Lamar Jackson winning a Super Bowl?
With the Patriots?
With that Patriots roster?
No.
That's my point. So they're able to hold teams hostage. I'm gonna keep saying this because it's the most important position on the field. They're able to hold teams hostage because it's such a small number of quarterbacks that you can really rely on that they have no choice but to pay these guys. And that's my point. But majority of them aren't really Super Bowl winning quarterbacks. They're just guys that can lead your team to a playoff. Like Jimmy G, for example, he's a prime example. I'm not going to build my team. I'm not going to build my team around Jimmy G because I don't think he can win us the big game. But he can win games.
But you don't need to build your team around your quarterback every time. Your quarterback don't need to be the best player. I would hope he's the best player. I pray that he's the best player, but he doesn't have to be the best player in order for you to win. Like, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go ahead and continue. I'm going to pull up something for you.
So as far as quarterbacks and how a situation affects the quarterback, that matters in this era more than any other era because of what most great quarterbacks already have. Great quarterbacks have great situations. They're like Kyler Murray, he doesn't have a good situation. That's a part of the reason why he's not considered a great quarterback. Justin Herbert has things that Kyler Murray doesn't. Aaron Rodgers has things that Kyler Murray doesn't. Kyler Murray hasn't had a line since he got in the league. When we talk about Lamar Jackson being on the Patriots, it could work potentially, or it couldn't work potentially, because the line, the roster is basically the same. It's predicated on defense, and your offensive line is a run first, run blocking line. The receivers on the outside are minimal, similar to with the Ravens. If you said the Chiefs with that mind behind you, that offensive mind, with that weapon beside you, Travis Kelce, that maximizes what you can do. Kyler doesn't have those things to maximize him while also being at 5'10", 5'9". A line is more important for Kyler. The situation is more important for Kyler. Drew Brees, he needed a line. He needed the dome to be as great as he was. Situation matters.
You're 100% correct. But I'm just looking at least the last 10 Super Bowl winners, and majority of these teams majority of the time it was Tom Brady. So, I mean, but let's just look at last year. Matthew Stafford. Is he a Hall of Famer?
No.
I don't think he's a Hall of Famer, but statistically, he could be a Hall of Famer statistically.
There are greater quarterbacks in other areas with less statistics.
So you got Tom Brady, you got Patrick Mahomes, who will be a Hall of Famer. You got Philly, right? Philly won with Nick Foles. Mm-hmm. That's a backup. But Denver won with Peyton Manning. Seattle won with Russell Wilson. Who else you got?
Speaking on the situations though.
Overall, they had great rosters. I mean, we're talking dynamic defenses on every single one of these teams.
Dynamic coaches: Dougie P, Andy Reid, Bill Belichick.
New Orleans, Drew Brees, Green Bay,
Sean Payton, Aaron Rodgers. Great defense: Clay Matthews, Charles Woodson.
All right, so let me ask this. So out of all the quarterbacks in this league, you think Lamar Jackson's ever going to win a Super Bowl?
No.
It doesn't even have to be with the Ravens.
It's such a tough one.
It is, and I like, and we're not. It's not a dig or a jab at Lamar Jackson, right? We're not. That's not what we're doing. But this is why quarterbacks. This is why quarterbacks are picked first round. Multiple quarterbacks in the first round every single year, because we're always looking for the next gen. Right, we're always looking for the next guy that we think can bring us to the promised land. I could tell you that I think Justin Herbert will win a Super Bowl.
Okay.
I don't think Kyler Murray is going to win a Super Bowl.
Okay. I mean,
you're
saying you're looking for the next gem, but even with those gems like the Rodgers and the Brady, they needed a great situation. So Kyler, we don't know. First off, a gem's not needed. Joe Flacco won, Trent Dilfer won, like Nick Foles won. They're not needed. A great situation we know is needed. A great quarterback is not needed. You want a great quarterback, but you need a great situation.
100% correct. We'll get on this topic another day. We got to get to the next topic, but that's a good topic. We're gonna have to come back to that, because that's bad. That's big.
That's real big. You talking about situation and QB, very central to your roster. We will get back to it, but for now, we will get into the hot seat. The hot seat for who? For me, it's going to be Mitchell Trubisky. You know, the obvious pick.
It's a good pick. It's a good pick.
He's holding the team back. It's one thing to be the reason we lose, but like when you're holding our weapons back, our ability back. Like, he's not turning the ball over per se, like a Carson Wentz. We'll get into him as well. He's my other guy on the hot seat. But you're talking about his highest QBR, 57.1, and then you're talking about the future already being invested in Kenny Pickett. It's not like you have a bridge quarterback there, like a Ryan Tannehill, Teddy Bridgewater. You have someone who you believe is the future. So for you, Mitchell, that seat is hot. Go ahead, get something to cool you down. Go ahead, get your tablet out and do a little bit more reps or something, because this team can make the playoffs. This team is poised to win this division at this point in time. They've done things early on to put themselves in great position. Trubisky can't be the reason why they don't. Kenny Pickett has to start next week. He has to. They play the Jets. The Jets, I would rather him play that defense as opposed to the Bills, which is the team that they face the week following. Kenny Pickett getting in this week is essential to the Steelers being able to propel themselves and stay in playoff contention. What about you? Who's your hot seat guys? What's up?
Yeah, first one is going to be my guy. Played for my organization a very long time. It's going to be Matty Ice.
Oh, okay.
Last time we talked about this Colts team, they put a big 0, big donut against the Jags. That was last week. Matt Ryan has 6 turnovers on the year in 3 games. They barely beat the Chiefs, and that's only because the defense played very well today. Yes. You invested a lot in Matt Ryan, but he's not mobile anymore. He looks slow. I mean, he has a solid arm still, so he still has the talent, but he's not really mobile. I don't know. I don't see it working out with this Colts team. I don't know what they need at quarterback. Whether they just need a young guy to just come in, and they need to find a way to trade up and get one of these young guys to come in and change the organization, because these old heads ain't working for them. It's not. Ever since Peyton, they didn't treat Andrew Luck well, and they haven't had anything since. So Jacoby being there wasn't the answer. Phillip Rivers wasn't the answer. Wentz wasn't the answer. I'm trying to figure out, is it the organization at this point, or is it the players that they're bringing in? But I don't see it working out well with Matt Ryan. And I don't know about this Colts team, man. So he's on the hot seat for me because a lot is invested, and he just doesn't. He's not playing well, and it's mainly the turnovers for me.
Hot seat for the season, or like, cause who's the backup? Who gonna come and take his spot?
There's no backup. I'm saying hot seat for the season. So
I feel like
once organization starts looking at the film of Matt Ryan playing this year, I don't know. He may have like one more year in him, and that's it.
Yeah, I would say Phillip Rivers actually looked better. Than what he's looked so far.
I bet you Phillip Rivers could play football today and still sling the ball around and talk shit and yeah,
do what he does best. I'm very shocked at you. I think it's, you're a little bitter taste in your mouth because Matt's not there anymore.
Nah,
but maybe I don't know. Maybe this is really coming from the heart.
You see my boys I-85 out there, man. Drake London, Kyle Pitts, we good, man. I'm good. I'm happy. Only thing we need is a solid quarterback. We good, man.
I know we got on to Matt Ryan last week and such, but he didn't look as bad as this guy I'm about to name right here, Carson Wentz. I spoke on him earlier. You're talking about 2 fumbles in 2 games, 2 of the first 3 games, and then in week 1, the game that you won, you threw 2 interceptions. This guy is a fumble machine, a turnover machine. He's a mixture of Daniel Jones and a question mark. His fumbles are crazy. He has all the big playability. We've seen it with Philly. We've seen the big arm. We've seen the Big Ben type of game, play style similar to Big Ben. We need to see you have the poise of Big Ben. We need to see you be able to battle adversity. You don't have to be the guy every time. I see him trying to do Jameis Winston things. Go ahead, take the dump down. We understand in your progressions, 1 and 2 are ideal. But 3, when it's 3rd and 4, the third option when it's 3rd and 4 is very much so the ideal choice when you're trying to get the first down. This isn't a touchdown time. I see them trying to make the big play all the time. You have a great defense behind you. You have a great defensive line behind you. Great defensive 7 behind you. Use them. Lean on them. Stop thinking that you are the guy, Carson, because that ship has sailed. Carson Wentz, you are on the hot seat. Taylor Heineke, he gave the Commanders life a couple years back against the Bucs in the Super Bowl. He made it fun. He can extend plays. You're talking about 9 sacks, Philly against the Commanders. That line is not that bad. 9 sacks is partially on the quarterback. Get the ball out. Do the things that the quarterbacks who've been seasoned and experienced do. Not every down is a progressive down. Sometimes you have to live to fight another down. Don't shoot yourself in the foot. Take the loss. Take the sack. Throw the ball away. Things of that nature.
You think he's going to be the starter for the remainder of the year?
I do not. I do not. And you're talking
And where does
about
that leave him? Where does that leave him after this? Does he stay in Washington as a backup?
I would never. I would have had to retire. I mean, well, actually, not me. I would, they wouldn't trade me. but as far as Carson being against Philly 2 times a year, it reminds me of Ben Simmons having to face Philly in a playoff series. Oh my goodness! Like,
That's
it's
not
crazy.
what you want.
It's a mental. It's crazy. But we're gonna see where that goes with the Commanders. But Taylor Heineke's right there. He's ready. He's poised for it.
I can see it. I can see that happening. My second quarterback on the hot seat is my man, Derek Carr.
Wow.
Oh, man. Derek Carr, please stand up.
Please stand up.
They've talked about you all summer. They talked about you all summer, Derek. They said you were the worst quarterback in that division.
Oh, yeah.
In that division.
Mm-hmm.
But it's crazy because you have the most talent out of everyone in that division. You have the best receiver in the league. Okay, Travis Kelce isn't – Darren Waller isn't better than Travis Kelce, but he's a top 5 tight end in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hunter Renfrow,
Mm-hmm.
one of the best slots in the league.
Mm-hmm.
You still got Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
So you're 0-3. The offense isn't looking like you can't run the football consistently. You're playing from behind in 2 out of the 3 games. This team just it looks like their motor isn't going and it's not connecting for some reason. Like the connection between Devontae Adams and Derek Carr isn't there. It's like he doesn't want to force Adams the ball, but he's trying to feed everybody else, and there's no flow in this offense. Mm-hmm. They need to get it going, and then they can't play defense for their life. They get the top 5 worst in pass offense.
Mm-hmm.
They can't play defense. The top 5 worst as far as yards through the air. This is a passing league. Derek Carr's throwing 4 interceptions already. Josh Jacobs can't find the end zone, right? Mm-hmm. So you have no run game. What's going on with these guys? What's going on? I don't know if it's coaching because I'm going to keep bringing this up. Josh McDaniels is not the best head coach, but he's a solid offensive coordinator. He's a solid offensive coordinator.
I feel that.
So this team, if they don't get it together, it's going to be a very long season, and I think it's going to get ugly. You got a lot of talent. You got a lot of stars in this building that I think would easily blow up if they don't turn things around. And I'm going to tell you right now, I said this last week, this is going to be a very, very short stint for Josh McDaniels in this division if he doesn't get this together at least in 2 years. Because you have so much talent on this offense that it's just like, why is this not the best offense in the league? I mean, the offensive line isn't that great.
Solid.
But come on, get it going.
The reason is definitely Derek Carr. Now, the Raiders defense is the worst, even worse than the Chiefs, the worst in the division. In a division where you can be having shootouts, that don't go too well going down the line. And then you're having shootouts with the worst defense and the worst quarterback and the worst coach in my estimation.
But teams should be catching up to you. Like, even though you have a bad defense, your offense should still be putting up numbers to where you can go back and forth all game. I have just as good of an offense as your offense, and I should be able to put up numbers just as much as you can. And this team isn't getting that done.
I'd rather Kirk Cousins in the offense. And that's saying something.
Wow.
Goodness gracious. So who's your rookie quarterback that you could potentially see rocking it out. I said Kenny Pickett. Who's it for you?
Yeah, I broke down actually all three, the three top guys. Everyone else really doesn't matter.
Okay.
I'm giving Trubisky one more game. If he can't get it done, and I didn't even know they played the Jets and then the Bills, but I think you're right. You put Kenny Pickett in there, and I think he's going to be the first one to play out of all the rookies. Put Kenny Pickett in there. He's supposed to be the future. You got him in the first round. He's a hometown kid. Let him play. Let him develop. You got offensive talent, so it's not like you don't have that. You got a defense. The Steelers always have a good defense. You got Mike Tomlin, my favorite coach in the league. That's my number one guy I would want to play for any day. Mike Tomlin. Just put the kid in, let him play. But I gave Trubisky one more week. If Trubisky doesn't get it together, then I think they're going to just put Kenny Pickett in. As far as Malik Willis, I think he's going to play sooner than later. Ryan Tannehill saved his season today with that win, because I definitely thought it was over for him after last week. So I would say Ryan Tannehill was actually on the hot seat, and at any moment, Malik Willis will be in the game sooner than later.
True.
And as far as Desmond Ritter, I don't see him playing this year.
Oh, wow.
If he does, it'll be one or two things are going to happen. He's either going to play like the last 2 to 3 games where we just want to see what we have, see what he can do, and hope that we can continue and build for next year. Or Marcus Mariota gets hurt, or Marcus Mariota just has a game where he's just turning the football over, whether it's fumbles, which he had one today, and he lost me money in DraftKings. Thank you, Marcus. But he whether he turns the ball over multiple times in a game or he gets hurt. Other than that, I think they just want to sit him for a year, let him learn, let him develop, and he'll play next year.
Ain't bad. I could see that happening for them. That is your future, your present. You're trying to rebuild, so I could see that happen. Keep Marcus in there. Let him do his thing.
Yeah.
Ready to transition into some hoops, man? Take a little break.
Yeah.
From the
Let's do it. Let's do it. We ain't talk hoops in a couple of weeks now, right? Because the football one came back.
But we got some stars to talk about today. We're talking about KD and LeBron James being outside the top 5 ESPN preseason rankings. It actually shocked me. I'm gonna run down the list really quickly, just to give y'all what's up. You got Greek Freak number 1, Joel Embiid as well. My fault. I'm sorry. We're gonna start from number 1. Greek Freak was number 1. The Joker number 2. Luka Doncic number 3. Joel Embiid number 4. Steph Curry number 5. LeBron James number 6. Jason Tatum 7. KD 8. And we're gonna just stop it there, because we need to focus in and lock in on 6 through 8. What is going on here? Really, we can start at 1, but you're talking about LeBron James outside the top 5 since when? We need to look that up. KD number 8. The disrespect, like the fact that KD lost to Tatum, I could see whatever, but KD's effect on the game. This is still a top 5 scorer of all time, still today. Sure. So let's put some respect on his name. What's your thoughts on the list before I run down mine?
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I think we're in a new era as far as the greats. As far as the generation of talent kind of shifting. Like when you look at the top 10 players, it's like LeBron and KD and we could even say stars like James Harden and Russell Westbrook at one point. These guys are like the back end, like big names that have been the superstars, been the face of the league for a very long time, to where we're shifting into a new generation of like face of the league. Like Luka. I think Luka's the best player in the league. You can't tell me nothing. This man is a walking triple-double. He can do everything except consistently play defense. But on the offensive end, this man is a monster. So, but Giannis, I mean, the Greek freak,
the best player in the world.
Oh yeah, for sure. I like Giannis. He's definitely top 2. But Luka's my guy. Luka's my guy. I want to build my team. Hey, Luka, come to Houston, bro. Come to Houston.
Off ball play, like get the ball to Spencer Dinwiddie. Let him shake. Luka,
hey man, and Luka, we trust, man. But I'm seriously not mad at it. I mean, the Joker won the last 2 MVPs, so he's top 5
blasphemy in that. There's blasphemy in that statement. So how?
Whatever, he won it. You can't take it away from him. This ain't Reggie Bush. You can't take the MVP from him, man. So he won the last 2 MVPs. So ultimately, and also he's another one that can do it all. He can play defense. He can pass the ball. He can
play defense.
Joker. He's out there. He's out
joking.
there. He's another. He's a damn near walking triple double at 6'11". He could pass the. He averages like 6-7 assists a game.
He don't play no defense, cuz. Yo, this is crazy. Right? Steph Curry play better defense than the Joker.
What I'm saying is I'm not mad at Bron. Bron is 38 years old. I'm not saying LeBron is a top 5 player in this league still. He's still a GOAT. He's still a GOAT. He's a top 10 player in the league. His mind, his IQ, his basketball IQ is the best we've ever seen. He's a facilitator. He's probably one of the best passers I've ever seen in my life. So, and KD is an offensive threat that will always be that guy. But again, I mean, we're talking KD is what, 33, 34?
Yes.
I mean, he's just – you couldn't even beat Tatum and the Celtics, but they had an overall better team. And the Nets was going through a lot. Let's see what KD does this year with Ben Simmons in the lineup. I think Ben Simmons is going to help him and Kyrie enhance their game a lot because Ben doesn't have to score the ball, so he's not going to take the touches from them on the offensive end, but he can also play defense. So that's going to take a lot of pressure off everybody.
Right.
I'm not mad at the top 5. It's the next generation of the 5 best players of the league. Well, Steph, I mean, the man just won the championship.
Right, so why is he number 5? What are we doing?
Because Giannis is still the best player in the league. Giannis is like the face of the league right now. Luka is that guy.
He's that guy.
Joel Embiid, we both agreed that he's going to win the MVP this year.
Yeah.
Joker's won the last 2 MVPs, and Steph just won the championship. So I don't see why that isn't the top 5 players in the league.
I'm going to tell you exactly why. Because ESPN is following or listening to the Twitter feeds, the Insta feeds. No. We have been – well, not we. They
Who
have
the top 5 players
in
in the league?
I'm about to run it down, bro. But I'm going to say right real quick. KD has been disrespected this offseason because it's like a little – you talking about 8? When he was a toenail away from going to the championship 2 years ago. You talking about his situation being one of the worst we've ever seen. We praise Steve Nash or we say, Steve Nash, it's not your fault because of the situation. Well, KD, it's not your fault because you were doing what you needed to do. 29 in your sleep, durability is a question, something you cannot control. LeBron, I believe, yes, you're right. He should be at 6. That's just me. But for ESPN, who usually, is LeBron lovers, for them to put 6, what's going on here? Something is changing here, to your point. But KD should be, I'm going to break it down for you right now. Greek Freak, number 1. Joel Embiid, number 2. Steph Curry off a championship, number 3. 2 of the first 3 players I just named are two-wave stars, superstars. After Curry, I go KD at number 4. After KD, I go Luka at 5 and LeBron at 6. Luka, we got a problem with your defense. Joker, ain't even mentioning them. The Joker's 2 MVPs are worse than Steve Nash 2 MVPs back-to-back. And I'm a Kobe Bean fan. That is utter blasphemy. Joel Embiid, Giannis Antetokounmpo should be pissed. the Joker, we're talking about doing more with less. Luka does that. The Joker doesn't. The Joker is ball dominant to a different degree. Off ball play,
Yeah, he looks
Joel
slow.
Embiid gotta be up there.
And I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at KD being in your top 5.
Okay.
I'm just saying I don't disagree with that particular top 5 because of the situation. And again, Joker just won the last 2 MVPs, whether he deserved it or not, whether it should have been him or whoever. He won the last 2 MVPs. He deserves to be the top 5 player in the league.
You said if he don't deserve it or not,
but he won it. He won it. He won it. Doesn't matter.
Based
he
off
won
analytics.
Analytics is ruling sports right now. A lot of stuff is ruled on analytics nowadays. Why do you think Pro Football Focus is the top of sports data?
Numbers don't lie, but it damn sure don't tell the whole story.
Oh, for sure.
Numbers don't tell about the situation.
I'm not saying that the Joker deserved it. I'm saying he won it. I'm not mad at him being named a top 5 player in the league.
I guess when ESPN's a part of him winning it, I guess we can say it makes sense.
Hey, you making it sound like it's a conspiracy, man.
I think so. I think so. And from there, we'll go into the AFC. Back to some football. I thought I wanted to hoop, but I want to go back to the Pigskins. We'll go to AFC West. Is that division up for grabs, man?
Oh, man. You don't want to talk basketball no more, man?
Yo, ESPN put a bad. I should have went to FS1. I don't know what they got to say. I might need to look them up next time because.
Man, but yeah. This AFC West is definitely up for grabs. The Chiefs is 2-1. LA Chargers 1-2. Las Vegas is 0-3. Right now, we are recording while the Broncos are playing. So we don't know what their record will be after this game. And from the looks of it, they're losing right now, 7-3 at halftime. Okay. So anyway, I think this division, the Chiefs is going to win it. At this point, they look like the best team in that division. They're playing the best football of the division so far. But it's all going to come down to division wins. That's what's going to come down to this division is who wins the most games in the division. And I know Patrick Mahomes is going to run the table and just beat all of these teams. I'm not saying they're going to beat them twice.
Okay.
But he might win like 4 of them. He might be 4-2.
Okay. Yeah, I don't too much disagree with that. You know, I said they're gonna take it. They gonna. The Chiefs have a lot of oomph on them this year with Tyreek Hill making it happen in Miami. They got to show him that they can make it happen without him. And Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes are determined. I've seen Patrick Mahomes get a little tight this year. I've seen him get into it with the OC.
Yeah, he got into it with what's his name? Bill Bellamy?
Eric Bieniemy, I believe.
Eric Bieniemy. You're right.
Yo, I've never seen Pat get like that. He's usually cool, calm, collected guy, but when I like that.
Yeah, Andy came over there like, all right, Patrick, put this aside, buddy.
He definitely did that, man. But the Chiefs, they faced the Colts, a team that was a must win for them.
So they should have definitely beat the bum ass Colts.
They should have beat the Colts, but the Colts have the recipe to beat the Chiefs. Being able to control that clock, being able to run that ball, be able to be dominant and control Chris Jones. Because when Chris Jones is not contained, that interior pressure, when he's not contained, the Chiefs' defense is a heck of a lot better, even without the Honey Badger.
And Matt Ryan still got sacked 5 times today.
Still got sacked 5 times. I don't really
and still fumbled the ball for like 3 times today.
I mean, we gotta see what's up with that.
Let me back on Matt Ryan, man.
Let's see. We're going to go from AFC West to our 2 expectations into this week 4. We're gonna talk. For me, I'm gonna talk Bengals. I'm gonna expect the Bengals to stop them Dolphins. Just stop Tyreek Hill. Just stop Jalen Waddle. They've been on a tear, and as a New England fan, it hasn't been, very pretty. But Joe Burrow, someone who's Brady-esque, will come in there and do something I like to see and put them Dolphins, to rest. Which one of your expectations, bro? What's up?
Um, I'm gonna say I kept it. The expectations as far as the division. So I'm gonna say, even though I had three teams coming out of this division, I'm gonna say I'm leaning towards Las Vegas and LA not making the playoffs this year. Just Las Vegas is just
And the
not.
Chargers?
Yeah, the Chargers only because of the simple fact it looks like they're gonna be banged up all year. It's real early for them to be that banged up, and Justin Herbert again went down with another injury today.
Wow,
So I
I know
mean,
that.
without Justin Herbert, I don't think this team is going to do well. I don't even know their backup at this point. I think Tyrod is in New York now.
Chase Daniels, I believe.
Oh, okay.
He's been around forever.
I mean, okay. Go out there, beat Patrick Mahomes or Russell Wilson, man. Okay, but yeah, Las Vegas, they're just looking. I think it's going to be a long season for them at this point. Um, and yeah, and my second expectation is just I think the Chiefs is just going to continue to show that they're the top dogs of this
Yes.
division and win at least 4.
No, I definitely agree. I believe Patrick Mahomes will get it going next week and be the player of the week next week. He's going against the Bucks. He is, last time he faced the Bucks, he didn't have his right tackle, left tackle. He was hitting guys in the face mask, doing what he needed to do, hanging in the air like no other could. Not even Deshaun, but it wasn't
Aaron
enough.
Rodgers, man.
Oh gosh, he ain't no bad man no more.
Hey, Matthew
Now,
Stafford out there throwing no looks. You be seeing him?
not like Pat. Only one man can do it. Just like Air Jordan, there's been nigga try to do it like him, but it
Everybody
just
want to
looks
be
so
like
effortless.
Mike, man.
Like Mike. Only one could do it though. But anywho, the expectations for me is that the Patrick Mahomes that we all know and love will come and take the reign from Lamar as far as MVP front runner. Lamar's doing great statistically, but I want to be able to see Lamar do it in more of an eye test. And Patrick Mahomes has done it since he came in the league, and he'll prove it again next week and the week after that. When I say
Wait,
eye test
Lamar didn't
Lamar's
show you
arm,
the eye test?
that arm don't look too. Jalen Hurts, that's showing me something. Jalen Hurts' arm, that's showing me something. Lamar, I need to see something better. He need to go out to Cali like Jalen Hurts did.
Man, I don't know. Lamar Jackson's on a tear. He single-handedly won them that game. If their defense didn't catch 2 picks today, he single-handedly won them that game today.
That's true. This is true. Just gotta see
All right.
that on.
Yeah. Yeah. Now we're gonna wrap it up with the 3 bold predictions
Oh yeah. Oh
for
yeah.
week 4. I'm excited for this.
Me too, man. Me too. My
Have
bold
you start this?
prediction. You want to start it off?
No. Go ahead.
All right. I believe Bills Ravens game, that will be the game of the year. I truly believe it has potential to be that. You're talking about Josh Allen pissed off. You're talking about his coordinator pissed off on live television. It's gonna replay in their mind over and over again, losing to the Dolphins in the last seconds like that. Reminisce of the Dak Prescott not being able to spike the ball at the end of the game last year in the postseason. Josh, you weren't able to do that. Bills, you weren't able to do that. Lamar, he's locked in. Lamar is locked in. We've seen it since week 1. This, like you were saying, he's the reason that they won today. He's not the reason they lost the other week. Like, he did what he needed to do, and he has since week 1, and he will come week 4.
It's that defense. The defense is not playing well.
It's that secondary, yeah.
Yeah, they're giving up a lot of points.
Yeah, it's very shocking. But yeah, that's one of my bold predictions. I hinted at the bold prediction as well. Taylor Heineke, we will see him. We will see Taylor Heineke
This week, week 4.
not this week, but we will see Taylor Heineke in a like package type of ordeal, in a goal line, using his legs, and bringing him into the offense gradually. We don't want to play on Carson Wentz's psyche too much, So we're going to gradually get Taylor Heineke in there. He won't start, but he'll get in there. He'll play some reps, and Carson will finish it out. That's my bold predictions. Oh, and one more. Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry. Whoever wins that matchup will win the game against the Colts and the Titans. The running game will determine the course of action. You're talking about Tannehill and Matt Ryan, who are playing like boo-boo, who are both, in your eyes, potentially on the hot seat. So the running backs will be the determining factor.
I like it. Both those quarterbacks are on my hot seat, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No. Well, I brought up Ryan Tannehill later, but he's definitely a guy that will lose his spot this year. Mm-hmm. And I'm excited to see what Malik Willis can actually do. Because throwing him out there to the Bills, whether it's their first string, their second string, or third string, it's a very tough game. So I'm already starting it out 1-2 on the year for my bold predictions. So, let's see if we can have a better week this week, right? Mm-hmm. So my first bold prediction is that the Houston Texans, comes out and wins their first game next week and beats the LA Chargers. And their rookie running back, Pierre, gets over 100 rushing yards. That's going to be my first one. Wow. He's coming. My second one, the Eagles play the Jags. Jalen Hurts continues his hot streak, and he finds a way to score 5 touchdowns next week. He's going to find a way, whether it's 2 on the ground, 3 in the air. He's going to score 5 touchdowns next week. And my last one, I got to go with the boys. Represent. We got our first win this week, so I got to represent, bring it back. 1 out of the 2 of the I-85, Drake London, Kyle Pitts. One of them finds a way to get over 100 yards finally this year, receiving yards, and we beat the Cleveland Browns.
I can see that. I definitely see that. Hopefully Mariota can run away from, Garrett. He coming. Right? They coming. But it's gonna be nice. Nice matchups on the outside. Denzel Ward going against your guys. That'll be smooth, man. It's gonna be a nice matchup.
Definitely gonna be a good one. But yeah, man. This was a good episode, man.
Oh yeah.
It's a good episode. We're gonna have to get back on this basketball though. Top 5. Yeah, man. Basketball season's about to ramp up, so we definitely gonna be giving y'all the basketball topics.
Yeah, we definitely are. We're gonna run it down preseason. We're gonna mix in some college ball in there too. Have some guests, and we'll have a great conversation going forward. It's the fall season. It's beautiful things to come. We appreciate.
Oh yeah, Duke Nation, we coming. We coming, man. But we appreciate y'all tuning in again. Remember, put your comments, your questions, DM us, or write it right on our YouTube channel. We are here to answer your questions and see what you guys think. So definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in. And until next time, we out. Peace.
We out.